Hey guys, Casey back with yet another video in this series of how to spend more money on your van so you can hopefully have time to go camping and use it all someday. So last video I built some extra storage on the side, detailed that in a previous video. The objective with that was to try to reduce the amount of things that had to move around constantly in order to just lay down and sleep. The issue was finding a place to put clothes. As you guys know, the Sienna has this amazing storage space here where the fold down rear seats go. I've completely removed those, and I even had the courage to throw them away. So now I don't have to worry about storing them anymore. If I ever need them again, too bad. But I'm going to free this area up for hopefully just a couple things. Place to store backpacks for clothes, and a place to store the foldable toilet. So now, I had previously used this area for camping gear. So now I got to find not just camping gear, things I use to cook with. Single burner stove, propane tanks, iron skillet, spatulas, that kind of thing. Don't really want them in the van all the time. When I go camping, do like to get off grid a little bit, and that puts you a lot of times in bear country, and it's hard to eliminate every smell, especially from cookware. And I didn't really want them inside the van, so I want them. Thought about just making a storage container and using the hitch, but I don't really want to have to be worried about having something on the hitch all the time. So my attempted solution is going to be I'm going to remove this 100 watt solar panel from the top of the van. That's going to leave me with one 200 watt panel, and also in a previous video I did install a Bluetti DC charger, which is underneath this center console that I actually made as well. Let's take a quick look at it. So here's the Bluetti DC charger. So I guess, in theory, I don't necessarily need the solar panels on top at all. And depending on how well the the DC charger works on this year's camping trip, I may, I don't know, man. I may go ahead and eliminate the other solar panel as well. We'll figure that out later, but I'm not ready to do that quite yet. But I am going to go ahead and get rid of one, and I'm going to mount on top of it a rifle case. And the rifle case I settled on is this lovely model from Amazon, Vivor. If you want to make it sound fancy, you can Vivor, like French. Pretty durable rifle case. For reading a few reviews online, it seemed like a good deal. I have had some Harbor Freight cases before. I've never bought one of the actual Pelican cases. They're quite a bit more expensive. So me being me, I bought the cheapest one I could find. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty impressed with the type of storage. So this is a rifle case meant to, protect what I would say are, normally valuable rifles people use to go hunting. And as such, it's supposedly completely waterproof. It does have a channel system to divert water. It comes with these foam pads that you can use or not use. You can remove them, cut them, do whatever you want to make more storage. So my plan is to remove not one, not two, but all three of the larger thick pads. And this is going to give me, I'm going to leave this one in just to prevent some rattles. But hopefully this is going to give me the space I need to put all my camping gear, cooking campware, that kind of stuff. Things I just don't use every day when I'm camping. I don't cook every day when we go camping. Some days it's just peanut butter and jelly sandwich, tuna fish sandwiches. I'm not really picky on food, to be honest with you. But yeah, if I can get that stuff out of the van, not have to worry about a hitch on the rear, but still be able to access it fairly easily if I need it. The good thing about the minivan is that you don't really have to worry about things being too high, because when you open the door, you can just use this as a step. So again, you can get right up on top of the van pretty easily. So again, today's project, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get this 100 watt solar panel off, mount the rifle case, and get the cookware out of the van. So I'm probably not gonna show you the whole process. I may film a little bit of it. Should be pretty straightforward. Thing that's gonna make it pretty straightforward is, in a previous video, I showed you that on top of my roof rails, I mounted some 1.5 inch, 3 pieces of 1.5 inch square tubing, and mounting was easily accomplished. I just drilled holes through this, drilled holes through my roof rack, and use bolts to bolt them on. So now I've got some really strong bars that I can mount anything I want to on them. So today, again, we're going to mount the rifle case for more storage that you probably didn't even know you needed. So let's get started. All right, so the first step was to remove the solar panel. That's going to leave me with 3.5 inch squared tubes to mount the case on. So here the case is actually pretty light, and you could use it, just as regular storage. It also has wheels, makes it easy to transport, and see it in the back of the van here, it really doesn't take up too much space if you went with that option. Here's what it's going to look like. I want to kind of do a mock-up to make sure everything's going to fit. A little bit of a walk around. I kind of like the way it looked. Has kind of a tactical feel to it, I suppose. Make sure you orient it in the right direction. You can mark my first 3 holes to match up with the roof rails. Got those drilled. Went ahead and mounted it, and started drilling the holes on the inside of the case. Make sure you use step drill bits, or start off with a small drill bit. You don't want to crack the plastic, and it makes it easier to go through the metal as well. So I started with an 1/8 inch bit, and then just kind of stepped my way up to the size of bit that would fit the bolts I'm going to use. And I just made sure it was just barely over the size I was going to use, so it's a nice tight fit. But yeah, I got it mounted on. Took me only took about a half hour, to be honest with you. It wasn't that time consuming. I would recommend using lock washers, or in my case, I use medium blue Loctite. Then I followed that up with some clear Gorilla Glue to help seal the bottom of the washers, the holes on the bottom of the washer. And then when I finished mounting, I kind of put a liberal amount of this goop glue on top to keep it waterproof. And here's what the final mounting or installation looked like. Again, it's very secure. I think it looks pretty good. Some pretty good storage. Easy to unbuckle. In this case, it has 6 buckles, 2 on the ends, 4 on the, then I just simply step up. And easy to open. I was able to fit, all of the gear that I wanted to inside of it. Here's a bit of a push test. Able to rock the whole van. Inadvertently was able to do a rain test. We drove it Sunday and hit a heavy rainstorm for about 30 minutes. So when I got home, I was quick to open it up to see if I had any leaks. And I did have a couple of drips of water in it, but I noticed that when I opened the case, some water actually came from the top of the case into the inside. So, after this storm, I took everything out. So anyway, if you watched it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll have another video coming out soon.